also Karens. And I'm sure that y'all seen plenty of the Karen trope on the internet. Those women are all regular women who are not rich. They are regular working class women, and they act like that. And to say that your coworkers are black and POC and you would never act that way, you are acting that way right now in the comments by saying that, because that, my dear, is called tokenism, which is literally what Atom just described. You are not safe.
Am I able to speak, or is anyone else speaking at this time? Okay, so everyone else is quiet. I'm up here to address what I've been watching, and Marquet tends to play this game around TikTok, and he taunts other people. He has said that he hopes that other people that have served in the military were the 23rd a day. He has said it to more than one person on this app. I have a screenshot of him saying it about Jam and Lou. He has also said it about Loyd. He has said that Marines are weak. He has went after Loyd's wife. So I just want to bring context, because Loyd never gets in the box ever. And he went through hell to get into the box tonight because his phone wasn't working and wasn't letting him up even when he was invited. So before anybody makes any assumptions on just because of what they heard Loyd say tonight, this has been a constant thing with Marquet. Atum is what he's on going by tonight. He does this constantly. Not just he does it to other if they're not people of color, if they're not black, actually if they're not black, because Jam and Lou is a person of color. He is Hispanic, of dark skin, melanated skin, and he wished him 23rd a day, and I actually have the screenshot of him saying it in the comments. So I just want to bring context to why Loyd feels the way he feels, because what Marquet does is and I've heard him in other lives when he doesn't even know I'm there, he says he does it intentionally, and he does it to provoke people, and then goes on mute and laughs. So he's probably laughing behind that mute button right now. So before anyone goes after Loyd for what he says, you need to understand the context behind it. That's all.
Are you saying that
So I'm sorry, Minnie. I'm sorry. I'd like to address all that.
Minnie,
I,
hold on.
I'd like to address all that. The reason why is I'm glad you got those screenshots. Fuck Lou. Fuck any veterans like him, Loyd. Fuck them. Not only be the 23, be the 24. If you're an enemy of my community and you try to use your veteran status as such a thing, then fuck you too. And I want to stand on that because the veteran community has never, ever been a friend to black people. The veteran community, the American community, forgets that black people have fought in every war for this country, yet to still be treated the same way we're treated right now in 2024. So I, myself, want to confirm exactly what Belinda's saying. That shit's all true about what I said. It's not a secret. I'm not bashful about it. And I think the thing that really frustrates you bigots is that the times you try to dox me, the times you try to find my location, times you try to do all that, nobody's hiding. Nobody's fucking around and saying, "Oh my God, we're doing these things." The message is, "Fuck you, Ophase." What is confusing about that? If you're a racist, if you're a straight up Ophase and you just don't like black people and you're intentionally ignorant, fuck you. Die slow. Is anyone
Wait.
confused
Are you a
about where I
veteran?
stand on that?
Are you a veteran?
Yeah, I am. And even if I wasn't, and people feel that same way, they're fucking valid.
Okay. veterans should not be treating each other this way. I didn't realize you were actually feeling that way.
Well,
This isn't
you know
right.
what? You know what? Give me the big screen. Let me show you something.
I'm kind of why
You know what?
is that not right,
Let
Kat?
me give me a second. I'm gonna pull a book for you.
But while you're doing that, Tom,
Okay.
why do you say that that's not right, Kat? Like, where is
It's
that coming
not.
from?
It's military support each other. Okay.
I
I
understand.
come from a Marine family. My late daddy was a Marine. My brothers, my uncles. You know,
Okay.
I
I'm sorry,
there's
Kat.
been too many of this, too much of this veterans against veterans. That's not what veterans are supposed to be doing.
Oh, well, you're about to have your heart broken, so you might not want to be here when I
Yeah.
talk about this. So, how can you guys hear me?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh
Cool.
yeah,
Thank you.
we can hear you.
Sweet. So again, Belinda, as much as you were talking about Marquee this, Marquee that, just remember to go back to the cave you crawled from as I say
Okay.
this.
Okay.
This is coming from Department of Defense. It's called Healing from Racial Stress and Trauma. They have courses like this because of the bigotry and overt racism that Department of Defense instills in their troops, indoctrinates in them. So when black people specifically say fuck the military, just like I'm saying right now, understand there were bombs used on our neighborhoods. Our own military has come out and unalived our own people. When I became aware of what I was doing as a young military man in full reality instead of just learning about it, think about that gravity. And yes, there are Lloyds surrounding black people gaslighting them in their own reality. They're their supervisors. They have Confederate flags on their fucking license plates. So, in all respect to the people, I'm not saying don't be proud of your military family members. I love mine as persons. But when we're talking about these institutions and the people who support and willing to die for them and then lie, come over and lie, like, are you that fucking desperate for attention? We can just talk, or you can come get these hands. All I'm pointing out is I'm standing on what I'm saying, and if you have a problem with that, go find yourself. But reality is reality. That is all.
It's also like it's I'm also a little bit confused as well because it's also the case that like um the military is not a great place for women either. So thinking of that and the many women who are also veterans or who are also active duty that like participate in that and they experience harm and grape and SA and things like that, and they are also not supported by the same people specifically because they are surrounded by predominantly men. It's really interesting to me that we have such a visceral like need to want to protect the people who served or are serving in the military as though we forget like the things that occur in the military despite the fact that they are fighting for the country. Like the military, no matter what branch you are in, there are so many things that's swept under the rug and so many things that occur within the military that is so disgusting, that it there's a lot of things that occur that is not okay, and because it's not a priority, a lot of things are just not taken care of, and the people who have the ability to speak up and say something that are supposed to be protecting the most, like they will neglect the women who are in the military. And also, like Atum said, they do also neglect and disrespect the people who are black as well. So I don't understand how in some way, shape, or form, we can understand that the country itself and the white people within the country itself can be racist and disrespectful to black people. and other marginalized communities, but this conversation is about Black people versus white people. I don't understand how we can understand civilians can be racist, but we can't wrap our head around how those same civilians sign up to be in the military, and we just automatically think that they just automatically stop being racist once they get into the military and serve. Like, it's just, it doesn't make sense to me that we can wrap our head around civilians being racist, but can't wrap our head around the military, which is the government, which is a part of the people who create these systems that are in place, literally oppressing us. But this body, these different sectors and bodies of people can't possibly be racist, and we have to fight tooth and nail to protect them. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me, that you guys
No, for fuck's sake.
can't see that.
Real quick, Marquet, are you good?
Yep, I'm good.
All right,
Real
just
quick.
checking.
Yeah, and real quick.
just wanted to-
Loyd, are you good in the comments? Because, I mean, he was the one who was threatened with the 23rd a day, so.
Well, it's not a threat. It's a I hope you do it.
Okay.
So you're
Well,
clear.
That's
That
just
way-
as
that way-
bad.
So,
Not
so
to
Belinda,
mention
that
you
way it
disrespected
saves
his
me on
wife.
cost of
You
brass
disrespected
and
his
powder.
wife. You know what, Marquet, you've been doing this for over a year.
I want to be clear on something,
Miss
Belinda.
me
Hear
with the
me out.
bullshit. And
Hear me out.
I'm too busy climbing back in my cave.
Cool. No, here's what I'm saying. I don't disrespect Black women. Loyd saying I disrespected his wife is a lie. He may feel disrespected because I call his marriage an abomination because he tokenizes Black people. And if he wants to sit back, toss it back, and all that stuff, and then get mad and come on the internet and be like, "Oh man, I'm the tough guy."
So are
Be
you
that.
are you an abomination because your mother is not Black?
No. Why would I be that?
You just called his marriage an abomination. You are the product of an interracial couple.
Yes. My mom is not Black. Does that make a child wrong in any way?
But you're calling his
that-
marriage an abomination. You're
No,
being
no,
very
you're-
hypocritical,
no,
Marquet.
I'm trying to answer what you're asking because here's the problem here. Your sector.
Are you hearing? Is anyone else hearing this, or am I crazy?
I
Oh,
heard
yeah,
it. And I'm,
like, can I explain what I'm saying? So, or are
Sure.
you just going to interpret
Let me
it
go.
and run off?
Okay, I'm going back
Are
to
you
my
going to pull a
cave.
Loyd? Are you going to pull a Loyd and come over 2 years later and be like, "Oh, I'll fuck you up, man"? Or are we going to hear this?
so okay. So you're Marquet. Is that your name?
Yeah, I'm Marquet, and I just want to
Okay.
finish off with this. Black people getting married to white people and why it's not okay, as far as I'm concerned, is because the visible power and social dynamic imbalance. This is not up for discussion. It is obvious. I have white family members, and I look at them like, are you really going to take care of my brother and my sister? Are you really going to advocate for my sibling, my uncle, my aunt? Those are things we have to think about. Black people don't look at our children and say, "Oh, abomination. You didn't come from only monoracial Black people." We have humanity already. So when you're thinking like that, that's your problem, not ours. You're dismissed, Belinda. Kat, what were you saying?
So I guess I'm kind of in between. Maybe I'm just playing devil's advocate. I don't know. All I'm trying to say is my apologies for what you're going through. I have heard stories, but as Indigenous Native people, I haven't heard any stories of racism in the military. It's probably there. And the sad thing about all this is it's everywhere, no matter what field of work you're in. And so from a civilian, I'm a daughter of a Marine, things like that. My apologies that you had to suffer racism within the military. But from what I was taught, military, you're supposed to be about family, and I'm seeing too much of our veterans fighting against each other. And I firmly believe it's because of the orange turd. He has caused this divide so badly, and we have lost a lot of our military their minds to that moron and this whole racism thing that's going on right now. I just don't want our veterans fighting against each other because we're all supposed to be family, military with military. That's just what bothers me. So please don't get me wrong. I'm just trying to say, that our veterans shouldn't be fighting like that. You guys have fought arm in arm together. You guys have served together, things like that. I wish you well. I hope that you guys can heal from whatever this is causing. But to wish someone to be unalived, that's really not cool either. But I get what you're saying about intermarriage and things like that. Those do cause issues. I get that. I've been through that myself. In my own little way, because I married a YT person and it was hell. Luckily, I got rid of him. So I get it, but please accept my apologies. I wasn't trying to, separate you out, things like that. It's just, I just don't want to see our veterans fighting. It just doesn't feel right. Our military, you guys are all supposed to be family, not supposed to be separated this way. That's just all I'm trying to say.
So,
Uh,
I'm sorry.
wait.
I'm actually a vet myself, and I just have a question. Like,
Now it's hitting me with that new stuff.
okay, I just want to understand. You said that you feel like
before you
vets
go,
are. I'm sorry.
Onyx, before you go, your TV is like it's drowning you out.
Yeah.
I will try to turn it down.